Okay, well, I was looking through the boxes of all the different key projects I haven't started yet, looking for a specific one, and I couldn't find it and gave up. But this one, I don't know why, it felt pretty interesting, so I figured, let's do a mystery box. Let's just open this up, and it won't be a surprise to you because I'll almost certainly have the title in the video, but this is going to be a surprise to me. I have no idea what's in here. Okay, we have a wooden box. Very cool. That's actually a decent little crate. I wonder if that was somebody's box that they kept their key safe in, or if this was made specifically just for the shipping. Okay, we have a pile of parts. This was definitely not someone's box that they carried the key around in. It is stuck. It is busted to hell in here. Well, that's okay. It's not like it's World War II memorabilia or anything. Screws broke off. Yeah, that didn't ship very well. Oh well, let's get it apart and see what we can do with it. Okay, so this is a J-36. It's one of the ones that was actually made by Vibroplex. As many of you may know, the J-36 was made by several different companies during the World War II, and Vibroplex was only one of them. They also were made by Lionel, and Bunnell, I believe, made some. And so I don't have one in my collection yet, which is an actual Vibroplex J-36, so that's pretty cool. It does have a number stamped on it, 76. I don't know if that's a serial number or some other marking, maybe order number 76. These were placed through, military contract orders. Too bad it got busted up so much, but the finger pieces are in good shape. I think everything else is pretty repairable. I definitely have more screws. That insulator will need to be replaced. There's our broken screw. Let's see if I have one of those handy. I have a parts bug over here. I don't know if that's going to be the right size or not. It's definitely not the right head type. But if it's the right size, I wouldn't mind. We'll give it a go. Okay, that's good enough for now. That'll be good enough to get the key back together. That insulator needs to be replaced. Let's see what I have handy for insulators. Here's something a little better. Again, not quite the right part, but it'll certainly be good enough to get this thing back together and assess the rest of the conditions. Oh, I had that. Ha ha ha. Alright, so let's get the wrong plastic washer off of there, and we put the insulator and then a metal washer. Okay, what else do we need? Oh, Adam, you didn't do the correct order of operations, sir. You know, by the fourth try, I might, maybe, consider getting this right. I knew when I was spinning this contact down the second time that I shouldn't have done that. Alright, we're missing a binding post nut. I don't have the correct one handy. I only have the newer style, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that nut on there for now. That is really loose. Let's get that tightened up. Alright, and there's the one missing screw. Oh, dang. That could stand to get replaced because that is very bent. I don't even know if I can get the locking nut off of there. Okay, got it. Let's see. Is that the right length? It should be. It's a little short, but I think it's workable. Okay. That's funny, they raised this bottom up significantly. And brought this contact up. We'll leave it like that for now. This whole key needs to come apart and get cleaned anyway. I just want to get it back together enough to assess its condition. There it goes. Alright, let's get everything out of the way. I don't know if you've ever reattached these springs before, but my trick is I just back that screw out so that the pin isn't sticking out at all. And then these have a little tip on the spring, so I just get the tip to go in the threaded hole and then tighten her up. That's a pretty good amount of tension, so we'll lock that down. Naturally, I've got this part on upside down. Let's go ahead and get that fixed. Okay. So let's see. This is little bent, serviceable, but a little bent. So we'll just adjust that until it just barely comes off the damper. Okay, it's off, and now I'm going to bring it back till it's just touching the damper. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now we'll get the DIT contact stop. And we'll back that off a little bit. I think that might work. I'm going to not lock that, but just snug it. And now we need to get the contact in the right position. Alright, that ought to be close enough. Let's bring that weight back a little bit. Okay, and we'll get that adjusted with some audio. And then over here. Oh, this is badly bent as well. Do I have a contact post handy? I think I do. Yes. Our donor bug from earlier had a contact post handy. How many times now have I taken this contact post on and off? Yeah, you can see that was badly bent in the shipping, so it's not adjustable. Oh, of course, I forgot to put the washers on. Alright, now for the 11th time, we'll take the contact post off. Yay! Don't mind me. I did a lightning bug recently, and I was talking in that video, which I will link here, that I am way less familiar with the lightning bugs, champions, Zephyrs, and J-36s than I am with the originals, juniors, and blue racers. I could probably do one of those other models in my sleep, but this one, well, I don't quite have it memorized yet. So, a lot of little mistakes. Alright. Alright, that feels about right. Okay, so, now there's absolutely no way that this is going to work on the first try. But that's what we're here to figure out, is just how bad are things. So let's get something I can use to make a little noise with. We've got our True SDX right here, and a battery for it. And then, of course, we'll need to get it wired up. And we'll get that into the key. And this should already be set. Yeah, it is already set to practice mode. The TX settings is 0. Let's get that speaker turned on. That wire's a little funky. Okay, one contact working. It wants to work. It wants to work. Okay, let me grab my All-American contact cleaner. Okay, All-American contact cleaner ready to go. You know, a lot of people use $1 for this, but I actually use just 50 cents. And I'm just gently pressing those contacts together and using the linen fabric of the dollar bill or the 50-cent bill to see if I can wipe some of the years of dust away. Okay, I'm going to go just clean these two contacts and see if we can get the bug at least making some noise. I'll be right back. Alright, and I am back. Let's turn this off for a minute. Okay, so I went and knocked the corrosion off of these. You can see they're pretty nice now. They were in really bad shape though. I can still see some pitting in the center of the contacts, but you know, that happens. They may not always have been cleaned properly. Yeah, I get a ton of emails from people asking me, hey, you know, my bug's doing this, my bug's doing that, what do you think the problem is? And not every single time, but enough of them that it's worth a mention. Clean your contacts. You would be shocked how many funny, weird little problems dirty contacts can cause that would make you spend hours troubleshooting the electrical connections of the bug, when in fact it's just the contacts aren't contacting. Them things ain't thinging. So get the things thinging, get them nice and clean, like really truly clean, and then reassess the situation. Okay. All right, now we can get the speaker back on. I think that fixed that. Let's get this thing slowed down. Let's get this thing slowed down just a touch. Alright, this is one of the pendulum extensions that I've been working on getting right for this type of bug. You know, a lot of people like to add really heavy weights to these, but of course I feel like that makes your bug sluggish, makes it heavy-handed, and you can get much better results simply by extending the pendulum. So we'll snap that on there, maybe, and then we'll put the lock. And now we'll just move the weight back a little bit and tighten everything back down. That's a ton of spring tension there. Did I kill my little speaker? Yeah, that speaker's not having a good day. Let's go ahead and take this off. We'll get that stuff charged up. I think that's more than enough now for an assessment. Okay, so what do I need to do to this thing? First, that prototype pendulum extension, not working. Let me try the design that I scrapped. Okay. And let's see, obviously we'll need to clean everything. I think we need a replacement screw of the correct type for this post, so we'll get that going. We need to raise the main pendulum assembly up a little bit. It's just sitting a little low. We want to get it definitely even with the contact posts. And I think that's all that's left. Oh, a new binding post nut. So, all right, binding post nut, replacement screw for this, clean everything, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape after that. So I look forward to completing this project, but definitely another time, since I have to hunt down those parts. And I wonder what the story was with this thing. I wonder if it even fits in here. Yeah, it just barely fits in there. That just had a really bad time shipping, so that's unfortunate. But you know, the damage wasn't too horrible. Oh, that's the other thing we need. We need the proper insulators. Okay. Clean everything, insulators, screws, lock nut for the binding post. Got it. All right, I'm gonna go write that down. All right, well, I'm gonna cut it off there, and I don't know if I will extend this video with the rest of that, or maybe save that for another time. But either way, and just in case, 7-3 for now. Hope to see everybody very soon, and hope you enjoyed looking at this little piece of World War II history, the J-36 manufactured by Vibroplex for the U.S. Army Signal Corps. Until next time, 7-3.